Where did you grow up, and what were you like as a child?
I grew up in Gunnison, Utah, and we had to work hard because we were on a farm, so I learned to work as we grew up. And I was involved in school activities, athletics mostly, so that was kind of my background to growing up.
How were you in school? Did you like school, and how were you like as a teenager?
Uh, I was good at math. I took band, and so I enjoyed music, and I was spent a good share of my time after school working because we had to work as I grew up because our family was not well to do, and so I had to always keep a job to have some spending money or to be able to take a girl on a date. So that required me to work and to put gas in the car. And I bought my own car at 14, so I had a car I had to take care of. That was probably a mistake, but anyway, I bought the car, and it ended up being dependent on me to take care of it.
What was your first job?
Driving a team of horses on what they called the derrick fork when they unloaded the hay off the wagons. And I was 8 years of age, and I earned 25 cents for doing that for 2 or 3 hours. So that was big wages to an 8-year-old boy. That bought a lot of candy.
What made you want to start your own businesses later in life?
Because I never completed high school. I knew that if I started my own business, the only limitations I had was myself. And so I educated myself out of books, even though I didn't have a diploma. I knew that knowledge is what, if you possess knowledge, you have the ability to do different things. So that was my approach to it.
What were some of the businesses you had throughout your life, and what were the challenges with it?
I started a remodeling business in Salt Lake, and at the end of 5 years, the bankers, my banker, caught me one day as I was leaving the bank and told me that I had grown to what he thought was what they had thought in their meeting earlier in the day, that I was the largest remodeling contractor in the state of Utah. And that had taken 5 years for that business to grow. Then I moved then to Richfield and went into commercial construction, and I was involved in building the courthouse and the seminary building on the commercial end, and the professional plaza, and then later down at Cedar City, I did the South Elementary School and did the old main building down there. Other buildings, I did the Kanab Courthouse, the Kanab Medical Clinic, Those are just a few. Oh, and I did the Fillmore High School. And there's several other projects that did over those years. Then I left the construction business to just do development on my own. And that's where I got involved in the convenience store, operating convenience store and a motel. And then later built the Denny's and ran that as a restaurant, and then sold those businesses and retired.
What were some of the challenges with having all those businesses?
Controlling the finance, making sure that we took care of the money and was fair with our employees and fair with the people that we did business with. So,
how did you meet Grandma?
I bought an insurance policy when I was around 18, and the guy that sold me the insurance policy told me that if I kept the premium up, that insurance policy would turn into a really good deal. Some 7 years later, I was discharged from the Army, and I went to pay the insurance premium, and the lady that I was talking to was Nola, who was going to be my wife, and so I paid that premium and called her up later down at her work and got a date with her, and then so we were married 5-6 months later. And I've always told Grandma that was one expensive insurance policy. And she's always told me that I really got a good deal because for that $178 a year premium, she made the bed, made my dinners, cleaned the house, all for that $178 a year, and that was really a good deal.
How come you wanted to marry Grandma?
What is that?
How come you wanted to marry Grandma?
Oh, I was attracted to her. She was really a beautiful lady, and I was just attracted to her. And so the more we dated, the closer we got, and I kind of knew shortly after we had got together that I really felt that deep love and wanted to be together.
How was it raising a family?
Raising my family,
Mm-hmm.
it was an adventure. Our kids were strong-minded, and so that was always an interesting challenge to have to try to motivate them and get them to do the things that we thought they should do, and they were always use their own minds to do the things they wanted to do, so it was always an adventure. But the children all did well. They did well in school, and they were active in the activities, and that's been a bonus for them as they've grown and done all the things that they have done in their lives, and so they've done well.
What qualities do you feel are most important to being a successful person?
You need to be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself about the situations you're in. Meet those challenges head on, and that helps you understand the environment you're in and around other people. Try to look at the other person's point of view and analyze what you need to do to always try to accomplish to be fair with the people, because that will pay you back well.
What are some goals that you've always wanted to accomplish in your life?
I wanted to be able to pay all my bills and have a few dollars left in the bank. And that was the big goal, and to have all the bills paid and have a few dollars in the bank.
What are some trials or challenges you have faced while pursuing your goals, and how did you overcome them?
I've been given opportunities to pick up easy money if I would lower the standards that I was brought up to believe in. And by not lowering those standards in the long run, it benefited me. Had I taken some of that easy money, it would have certainly have injured a person's reputation and their ability to proceed further in life.
What do you consider to be your greatest accomplishment in life, and why?
Likely, as Sister found, the greatest accomplishment will be raising your children and wanting them to turn out to be ambitious and honest in their dealings.
What advice do you have for anyone who wants to be successful in life?
You need to gain the knowledge. Now, you can gain knowledge two ways. You can either go to school and obtain it. That's the easier way. Or if you have to, even if you are not able to afford to go to school, you can still gain knowledge because you have the ability to read books and to educate yourself. And you can do that out of books. And so you don't necessarily have to go to school, but it would be wise in our environment to continue and to educate yourself in school, because it's easier. That's the easier way to gain that knowledge. But you're going to have to use that knowledge then to apply it to whatever you're going to do in your life.
Okay. Those are all my questions. So
Okay.
this is all over. Thank you.
You're welcome.